Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and this is their twin flame forecast for this week for October 22nd to the 28th, 2018. Welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're tuning in, please go ahead and hit the red subscribe button as well as the notification bell icon on the bottom right hand corner of this video so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish. That being said and done, let's get into your twin flame forecast. So this week I'm going to just focus all together what's going on really between, excuse me, between the divine feminine, divine masculine as a whole together. What I get is that right now, a lot of you out there would be feeling like you're going through some changes. You're coming out of a darker period, stepping more into the light. A lot of the angst and anxiety and maybe a lot of the depression and depressive thoughts that you've been holding onto or pain at the soul level are now being released. And it's kind of like you're having this epiphany, about yourself. And you're like really like seeing, what good is it doing me to kind of be concerned about my twin flame? They are living their life and I'm over here concerned about about them when I need to be concerned about myself and be concerned more about what I'm working on right now as far as my goals. And so Spirit wants you to see the beauty in everything that is surrounding you, the beauty in other people, the beauty in yourself most of all. They want you to be like a teacher and help people in many ways right now. And I feel like you can do this because you've gone through the pain. You've experienced the pain. You've experienced all the negative sides of a twin flame relationship. Or those of you that are not with your twin flame that are, struggling right now and are single, you've gone through that pain. So now you're being able to open your heart more to the universe and let the higher power take over and bring that healing. A lot of you are very magical out there and you have these magical innate magical abilities that you were born with, but for some reason or another you're not using them. So Spirit is like, what good is it doing, for you to have these abilities that are very awesome if you're not using them? You need to use them. So a lot of things are going to be unfolding right now, just like a rose blooms and opens up in your life. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening this week that are unfolding. This could be a change of events. Maybe your twin flame is showing a different side to themselves. Maybe it's you realizing that finally you need to let them go, that they're not going to change, that they're holding too many secrets, that they're lying to you, and that they prefer, to be with someone else other than yourself. And there's a lot of this self-realization that right now, that's the best thing maybe for them, is to let them go, let them go and be happy with who they need to be. And ultimately, as humans here living, as spiritual beings living a human experience, we don't own anyone. We don't. That's the thing that I think a lot of twin flames don't realize. There's this possessiveness or control factor, but we don't own anyone. We are not born into this world attached to anyone unless you're born like that, attached with someone. But for the most part, everybody is not born with someone attached to them. You're not born with something that says, I own you. So I think, that's something that a lot of twin flames that would be listening to this forecast this week need to realize, is that we don't own anyone. The sooner that we can realize that we don't own anyone and no one owns us or owes us anything, we need to release that type of mentality. It's based to a 3D type of mentality. It's not a 4D or a 5D way of thinking. The universe is boundless and we are all interconnected in some way at some level. We are all connected to one greater power, the higher power, which I love to call it the higher power. This could be Father God, divine, however you want to refer to it, but it is a higher power. So you need to release these patterns, these old soul patterns, these contracts, these things that you've had from your past lives that are conditioning you right now to be holding on to someone that is maybe your twin flame, but for right now they can't be with you. They need to be with someone else or they need to experience something else. It's all about releasing that control. One of the things that I've been suggesting to a lot of people that I've done recently myself is to write out a contract in your handwriting, because at any time, even though we are all born with soul blueprints into this life, we can, alter our contracts at any given time here in the physical world. So what I've been doing and suggesting is for people to write a physical contract. This means like you write out in your handwriting, you say, I now revoke all contracts all past life contracts, all past life karma, all soul patterns, all spiritual cords that connect me, all past hurt. I release all cords attached to this person, this person, this person, and list their names. And then I release it into the universe and call upon the higher power to release all of this energy and free me and usher in nothing but unconditional love into my life and positivity. When you're done, sign it and then burn it, and then take those ashes and throw them outside. Basically, this is like a ritual. It is like a form of release, to release in a form of a contract all these things that you have maybe inside of you, or that are connected at a spiritual level that you don't know how to sever, but through visualization techniques and whatnot. So do this, and you'll see that it kind of helps and clears a lot of your mind, your soul, from a lot of this energy that you're holding on to. Spirit is telling you you're not alone. A lot of you are feeling very alone out there. You're feeling like you need someone, and this is codependency, where you feel like you need someone by you, specifically holding your hand, or you need that communication from your twin flame so that you can feel complete, or you can feel better, in your life. And Spirit is telling you don't need that. You need to break all of these codependent, and it's not easy to break codependent patterns where you are, jumping at the first text message that you get from them, even if you can't see eye to eye, but it's for the sake of, being amicable because you have children between both of you, or because, y'all had a breakup and you still think of this person, or you're still on speaking terms as a friend. Whatever the situation is, Spirit is telling you, to release that. You're not, these are fears that you're self-creating. You're not alone. They're also telling you that you have problems accepting something or wanting to admit something in your life this week. This could be like if you get an invite to a Halloween party. A lot of you could be in this depressive state and like, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like going out there. It's too cold. You start making all these excuses. It's too cold outside. I have to get up and drive back. There's going to be people that are going to get on my last nerve. My eyes are going to permanently roll back in the back of my head. These are the kind of excuses that a lot of you twin flames out there that would be listening to this forecast are going to be making. Stop it. Stop it. You need to embrace, be spontaneous, kind of like the Fool in the tarot cards. You need to take the risk. You need to jump towards being spontaneous and doing things that you normally wouldn't do. And through that, you're going to find your happiness this week. You're going to kind of shift a lot of these perspectives. You need to trust your path. You need to trust the path that you're on. A lot of you are not trusting that your twin flame is okay. You're not trusting that you're going to be okay. You're not trusting that perhaps there is someone else other than your twin flame, like a soulmate, waiting for you. And this holds you in a cage. It kind of holds you in a restrictive space, that you're holding space for someone that perhaps is not a healthy way to hold space for. You need to release this. Spirit is telling me that you are going to be, a lot of you this week are going through a spiritual journey. So a lot of you would be receiving downloads from the universe. This could be, codes, light codes that are being downloaded, giving you some knowledge to kind of go and shift into the 4D, 5D, so that way you can have some clarity around, mental clarity and spiritual clarity around some changes that you need to do. You are going through some transformations and some deep healing if you're able to release this. So Spirit is saying you need to release all of this. There's a lot of resistance. You don't want to hold on to it, because holding on to the pain is sometimes easier for a lot of twin flames, because it keeps that person alive in their heart but in a painful state, and it causes damage to your heart chakra. So a lot of you need to release that and get grounded. You need to basically ground yourself through meditation, going outside, doing something that is very beneficial to the soul, to the mind, body, and spirit. So you need to practice some self-love. This is going to help you. Once you're able to do that later this week, there's going to be some communication between you and your twin flame, between you and somebody else important in your life. They're going to give you that text message. They're going to give you that call. Again, this may not apply to every single twin flame that would be listening to this out here, because again, everybody is on a different life path. Not everyone's on the same trajectory or course, so it's not going to apply necessarily to everyone. But our whole life is about creating heaven here on earth, but a lot of us create hell instead of heaven. We create our own hell, and we create our own unhappiness and dissatisfaction. The longer that we are holding on to the inability to forgive, to let go, to move on, these are the things that we are creating here on earth. So Spirit is basically telling you, you need to realize there's a higher path. There's a road for you. There is a path that you may not be able to see or understand right now, but that you are on the right path. You're overthinking everything. A lot of you out there that are listening are overthinking, analyzing every little thing. You may be seeing social media and you're easily convinced, or you see, you hear that your twin flame is with their partner right now somewhere, and you think that perhaps that they're being happy while you're being there miserable about it. But you're not seeing the whole picture. Not everything that you think or you perceive it is the way it is. Not all that glitters is gold. So Spirit is saying that you basically need to stop jumping to conclusions. A lot of you are seeing social media. Nowadays, it's very easy to go to Instagram. You see a photo of them maybe kissing, or you see them, out in a public space, and you think, oh, well, they must be happy, and I'm the problem. I'm the one that is stuck here, mourning their loss or mourning that they're not with me, and I love them still. So a lot of you need to, stop that kind of mentality and stop self-sabotaging yourself. When you get into that mind frame, you need to transmute that into something positive. Shift that way of thinking. Like I said, a picture, so they say that saying says, that a picture paints 1,000 words. That's not always the case. A lot of people are good at putting facades, and they show this, they only show you one aspect. A picture only captures one aspect of their life or a moment in time. That's not going to include arguments that they're having. It's not going to include disagreements that they're having, outside of that picture. So a lot of you just need to release that and quit overthinking. You're kind of self-sabotaging your thoughts, and insecurities are surfacing. That's not a good thing for you all this week. So you need to just be sure to have a plan, trust in the divine plan. A lot of you are going to be finding new ways to integrate, your new path, the new trajectory that you're going on right now on a spiritual level. So there's a lot of ways that you're going to change things, the way that you do things in your life, from going into a grocery store and shopping, to the way that maybe you communicate with your twin flame, to the way that you are going in and thinking about doing things, with your family. Maybe you're putting too much focus on the twin flame and not enough focus on your family that needs you right now. So a lot of you are trying to control situation, and Spirit is basically telling you need to release that control. You're not responsible for anyone's happiness but yourself, and you can't change anything else. You need to also establish good boundaries. A lot of you could be taking on too much work and not learning how to say no, and so it's getting to the point where it's burning you out. It's causing you a lot of stress, and you just don't want to upset anyone, or you don't want to hurt anyone. But at the same time, what are you doing to yourself? What are you doing to yourself? You're just hurting yourself. You're not setting up healthy boundaries and letting them know that you're not a machine. You can't be overworked, and that there needs to be some other forms of control and stability in your life. So Spirit is basically saying that everything is going to get better, but you need to set up some things. You need to change things in your life right now. And again, you need to trust, and I can't repeat this until I could repeat this until I'm blue in the face. You need to trust in the higher power, that everything is going to be okay in your life. So this was the forecast for your for the twin flames out there. I want to thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and be sure to check out my show. It's called Tea with Spirit. It airs today at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week.